Left. Good boy.
We are Kendall and Sean, and this is Cusco and Kronk's story for GeoBeats. We had listened to this podcast
Very good.
that caused us to consider rats as companion animals, even though we never had before. So we walked into Vancouver Animal Services Shelter at the same time. Cusco and Kronk were there. They had come from not a very good home, but kind of a bad situation.
Boy.
Wow, he's amazing.
They're up on our shoulder, just kind of sniffing us, checking us out.
We were like, we had no idea how to handle them, right?
We actually were going to sleep on it, but we only drove like a block away before we turned around and we're like, I think these guys are meant to be with us. We knew from that moment on that we just wanted to give them the fullest, most interesting, happy, healthy lives that we could.
Oh my gosh, Kronk. Sean, look at Cusco.
My dad made this car. It was a surprise to us that he was even working on it. Best dad in the world. We had learned about researchers teaching rats to drive tiny cars to see how enriched environments improved their lives. And I had sent information about this study to my dad, who is a tinkerer, loves working with robotics. He took this idea and turned it into these adorable customized cars for our rats. The car is not operated using a remote control. It has 3 pedals, and the center one accelerates the vehicle, the left one turns it to the left, and the right one turns it to the right. With some trial and error, they realized that they could manipulate the vehicle by using those pedals in order to pull up to where we were holding a treat.
I did not think they were going to be able to learn this, so I've been amazed by their capacity. Cusco was, to begin with, a better driver. He's more logical in his way of finding the treat.
Good job.
But Kronk never gives up.
Left.
His motivation to get the food definitely carries him.
Good boy.
I really want at some point to have them do like a driver's ed course where they have to move around pylons and move from point A to point B through a maze to get to the trees.
Kronk is very emotional. He wears his heart on his sleeve.
So good. Yeah.
When we come home, he'll run up your arm to your shoulder and he'll give you little kisses like, I'm glad you're home. He's very much like a little dog. It feels like the same unconditional love that you would get from like a dog or a cat. The rats have something called bruxing, that it's kind of like a purr. It's actually when they chatter their teeth, which is something they do when they're content. And when they do that enthusiastically enough, they also do something called boggling, which is where their eyes like kind of boggle out of their sockets a bit. Cusco and Kronk, they're certainly bonded.
So cute.
They sleep in the same little tree trunk and they're all curled up. Rats, they get lonely and depressed if they're not with their family.
Turn all the way up.
The group of rat is called a mischief, which I think is very cute and very appropriate to the kind of things they like to get up to.
With every mischief of rats, there is a hierarchy, and so with our mischief, Kronk is the alpha, and so he's the food provider, whereas Cusco is the forager.
Flawless.
I will spend the rest of their lives trying to make them as happy as they make me.
Look at that long, beautiful tail.
We are both very bonded with our rats, but I feel like Kendall would lay down her life for the rats.